So out of all of the guns that showed up in the Hayes collection, this one tells probably the most vivid story of the ferocity of the Battle of Gettysburg. And this is absolutely what we call a relic, a battlefield relic, because this was picked up on the field by J.T. Hayes just as it is, brought to his shop, stored, and passed through the family for generations. And we wound up with them recently. But this is what you would call an assemblage of different parts. You have to understand, during the Civil War, after the battle, both sides pretty much would glean the battlefield, especially the Confederacy, because they were short on munitions and armaments, and so they kind of cobbled together whatever they could from parts and pieces of guns that they either captured or somehow acquired, and basically put them together to use against the Union. And this is a perfect example of what we would call an assemblage or a composite rifle, okay? And this is actually really interesting because it uses pieces and parts of kind of regulation military, U.S. military, and the barrel is definitely not a military barrel. So I'm gonna show you a little bit about it, and I'm gonna point out a couple things that you should know. Obviously, the lock plate is totally gone. If you can look at that, you can see here in this area, I don't know what exactly happened here, but it could have been a bullet strike, and it could have just blown the lock out of here. It could have been a misfire, an explosion. I'm not sure exactly what happened here, because obviously I wasn't there, but this entire area, the lock plate, maybe after the battle they could have stripped the lock plate out of it. Who knows? But judging by this missing wood, I would say this was some kind of impact. The barrel itself is about a 33-inch barrel. It has about a 69 caliber bore on it. So it's fairly short. It's kind of like a musketoon size. This stock is actually a military stock. This stock is probably for a Springfield or a .42 musket. It actually has a US on the butt plate here. So that's a military butt plate. The stock itself is a military stock. You can tell that because of where the back plate went on this. This is typical of a military configuration. And I want to show you another piece here. Is this barrel band. Take a good look at that, right? A good look at that barrel band. And then I'm going to show you one from a .42 musket. Same barrel band, right? Same exact one, right? So this is a perfect example of where they would glean the field, take parts and pieces from different muskets. You can see the condition. It's absolute relic condition. And if I was a betting man, I would bet the house that this is a Confederate gun, because it has all the qualities and the attributes of something that would have been put together by the Southern troops and brought into battle. Speaks the story, and it's a really, really interesting example of a battle-worn relic gun that's a composite gun or an assemblage that would have been gathered up and put together by the Southern troops and brought to the field. And this one was picked up off the field at Gettysburg. We know where it came from. We have an impeccable chain of custody right down through the lineage, all documented. Disclaimer, obviously, you can't fire this one, so there's not much to say, but we sell these as historical relics only. We don't endorse trying to fire any of this kind of stuff, and obviously it would take a lot of work to try to get this back in shape. But here you have it, a likely Southern used assemblage gun that was used in the Battle of Gettysburg and brought to you right here on Rare Collectibles TV.
This is item M1383, a battle-damaged musket for only $795. Again, that's item M1383, a battle-damaged musket for the collector-friendly price of just $795.